Welcome back, man. It's been a hiatus for the Jackpot DFS crew, man. Had some crazy things going on, some crazy kids' school stuff. They are supposed to be returning next week, so thank the Lord for that. Also been kind of dealing with an injury of mine. I've got a bad leg thing going on, so I've been trying to go to several appointments for that. So sorry, guys. It's been a little hiatus for getting stuff out and been hard to do. So this week, getting back on track, getting a little bit speedway with the recovery stuff and all that. And then with the kids going back potentially to school, should help free up some time as well. So it's been a little difficult trying to balance things here and there. Life happens, so that comes first, obviously, and want to get back out and getting the videos out. I know some of you guys have missed that. I have kept in contact with some of you guys through chat and IMs, etc. So that's made things a little bit easier to communicate with some of you guys if you guys had questions and things on the slates, etc. Nonetheless, we are back. I'm going to get back some info here and check out the 10-game slate we have today. Obviously, guys, we're still doing our draft dashboard. You obviously, guys, can always check that out. They've added some new tools. Briefly, I'll kind of go over those things. Obviously, top players of the day. You can kind of look at when you're looking at NBA stuff as well. Also, as well, you can browse the teams. You can see team totals. Just kind of summary, kind of as you can see. If you look, 76ers obviously taking on the Pistons today. Gives you the over/under, gives you the spread, etc. Kind of gives you the team rundown, who's questionable, etc. All those sorts of things as well as sleepers and studs. Kind of go through this stuff because it's been a little bit since I've done that, and I want to show guys what they can get with the service. Obviously, player trends, they've added some couple things that you can kind of do with the site. Salary difference, point production, minute monsters, performance, etc. Lots and lots of things you can use on this site, even articles and different things that help you with the slate that can really be beneficial to helping you in your game, in your GPPs, the cash games, etc. You can try all that for 30 days for just $1, of course, in the description of the video. But I love to give that info because I think this site will help people so much, and not, especially if you're late watching videos and things like that. Kenzie puts all your research in one place and helps everybody kind of get to a player pool that they can see and get to really quick to build some lineups. Nonetheless, players we like for today. 10-game slates, man, I really hate. I really kind of like that 5 to 8 game range myself. Even 9 games are a little bit better in that kind of realm. But nonetheless, guys, if you're new to the channel, obviously my name is Doug with Jackpot DFS. Man, subscribe if you guys haven't done so already. We get videos out pretty regularly. Been on a little hiatus here lately because of some family things going on, and that obviously comes first. But usually daily content, usually for MLB, NBA, NFL, even though that's really coming down to the end of the season here. And if you guys are back, hit that like button, man. It always helps the channel grow and supports the channel, which I appreciate. Doesn't cost a thing. Just hit the like button, man. It's free. Nonetheless, we're looking at point guards today that we like. First guy on my list, obviously, is Luka Doncic. I mean, I loved Luka. I think today you'll have to make some choices of who you're going to pay up for. Luka is one of the top guys on my list today. With it being such a big slate, probably just do a five per position and then do maybe a couple value plays, etc. But nonetheless, Luka is in a great spot today. 57.3 projection today for a fantasy score, 8% ownership. Last 3 games, a 50, a 66, and a 45. Past few against Denver, he's had a 52, a 53, and a 77. So big numbers for Luka. Dame is also dealing without Mccollum. CJ McCollum is out, so a little bit more production for him. I don't love the price tag of 10-3. However, he is projected for 49.3 today. I just think if I'm going to play that price, I'd much rather play a guy like Jokic, Play some other guys who I don't have to pay up so much for. Dame can be off and on. He has got a few nice games, 58 of 51 and 61 the past 3 games. But I don't know, man. It's hard to trust that price with Dame today. A guy I don't love at the price today is James Harden. I mean, Harden's just not been Harden since coming over joining the Nets. Now, if one of those guys out, like KD or Irvin's going to be out, it's totally different. But when all three of these guys are on the floor together, he is not having the usage. He's not putting up the fantasy points. I just think you fade that today. That is the highest projected point total on the day. However, I think you come down and play a Kyrie Irving at $9,000. I think that's a better play, and he's at 70% chance of hitting that 5X. So, for that price and that salary, I think you just get a better price and production out of a Kyrie Irving. Also love Curry today. I think Curry's in a great spot today. I think he's ready for a bounce-back game against a Minnesota team who could be out without D'Angelo Russell today. Not that like they play any defense. 27th in the league against opposing point guards, so I think it's a great spot for Curry to bounce back today and have a monster game. Also, LeBron James going to get back to Cleveland. $9,300 price tag. The only problem that scares me with that game is that it has the lowest total on the slate, and they do play slow. They are a good defensive team, so even though James is at a $9,300 price tag, I think he can get there. But I love Kyrie Irving today. I think he can have a monster game. I'm going to look down to see who, for a little cheaper value, you can play today. Obviously, Goran Dragic and Nunn are in great spots today without Hero. They don't have Jimmy Butler, so these guys are going to be prime time. Obviously, the ownership is showing that, but I think these two guys are prime time to target today. If you want to get away from some of that ownership, you can always go to a guy like Deancha Murray. I think he's in a great spot as well today. Also love that price for him. And he's going to play a lot of minutes. He's going to be on the court, so I love that price. Some guys you can go cheap with today. I don't think Cole Anthony, I don't love that price for him. He's just not putting up the numbers consistently for me. But I think a guy like Jalen Brunson has been playing upwards of 30 minutes a game. So I love the upside of that at 4,700. I think you can go there. George Hill, obviously same kind of guy, playing about 30 minutes a game. I think those two guys can give you some salary relief today. Even a guy like Jeff Teague could give you some salary relief today as well. But I like George Hill and those kind of guys a little bit better. You could go down and play some of these cheaper guys. I know Gabe Vincent is questionable today. No word on whether he's going to play today, so you kind of go that route if you wanted to. Carson Edwards played 19 minutes last game, had a 28. So some different ways you can go today if you want to save some salary. Moving down our list to shooting guard that I like for the day. Obviously, first guy on my list is going to be Fred VanVleet. If Lowry doesn't play today, then he's obviously going to get more usage, and he'll be in a monster spot. I think Siakam is also questionable today, so keep an eye on that. We know these things are ever changing, so you really got to pay attention to the injury news and COVID stuff. Moving down towards lock time of the slate. Nonetheless, you can also play Kendrick Nunn in the shooting guard spot today. Delon Wright has been pretty good the past few games. Expected for 24% ownership. Has been playing pretty good minutes. Pretty consistent. At a $5,500 price, if you want to get away from some of that Kendrick Nunn ownership and go with Delon Wright, just kind of mix it in. He's going to be a little higher on today too, so love the play of Delon Wright as well. Wayne Ellington has been playing really, really good. He's not projected for as much ownership, but I think this is a guy you can get different with today. He's been really consistent, 33, 32, and 28 past 3 games. He's been playing around 30 minutes a game, so I think you can go the way of Wayne Ellington today, save you some salary at 4,200. Some other guys you can kind of get different with. Andrew Wiggins. If the Angelo Russell doesn't play, maybe a guy like Malik Beasley plays a little bit more and expected to play a little bit more, score a little bit more. Could be a nice pivot today. All kind of depends on the ownership. Eric Bledsoe could be a nice place to go. Trey Burke has kind of, when he gets on the court, man, he just scores. So could be a nice pivot today if you want to pivot away from Brunson. But then again, you can play like a George Hill and shooting guard too. So just ways to get different today. That's pretty much it for shooting guard. Small forward. These will be some decision making as you get to the small forward, to power forward, to center today. Kevin Durant is expensive. However, he is expected for 57 points today. Only 1% ownership. I do think this is still kind of low for Kevin Durant. I do think he's priced where he should be. However, 77 and 46 past couple games. Out of the three for Brooklyn, I think Kevin Durant and Kyrie Irving are the two I'd rather play than like a Harden, etc. LeBron James, you can play him in the spot. Jaylen Brown, obviously going to have Tatum back today. I don't know that you see the production you've seen from him yesterday, although he has been consistent. I think you go a little cheaper today, you can find some more consistency at a lower price today. Brandon Ingram in a nice spot today, 8,000. Projected for 40 fantasy points. He's been pretty consistent. Not really getting there at $8,000 price where I want him to. Jeremy Grant's one of them guys who's been really consistent here lately, so maybe that's a guy you can go with. For me, places I'm going to go to today, I think that's really cheap for their price, that's been really consistent, is a guy like Gordon Hayward. Gordon Hayward has been really on fire past couple games, a 51, a 57. He's only projected for 8% ownership today. I think that price is a little too low. At 7,300, I think you just lock in Gordon Hayward. He's been really good against Orlando. 52 and a 57 the past two games. For 7,300, I think you can just lock him in every single. For me, I'm just going to lock him in every single lineup today. If it fucks up, it fucks up, but I'm going to do it. I just think he's too cheap, too good of a player, playing too many minutes, too dependent. This depends on him to score. And I think he's just in a great matchup today. His usage is high. I just don't think you can get away from that spot today. Myself, I love Gordon Hayward today. Moving down the list, Kelly Oubre. If you want to get different today, go that route. Hardaway has been kind of that go-to guy for Luka on the three-point line. Could go that route today. You want to really get risky, Danny Green, Gary Trent. These are just guys you can kind of go with if you want to today. I just think even Derek Jones is playing considerable minutes. Could have a monster game anytime. I mean, this guy could go off for 40 fantasy points anytime at a cheap price at 4,300. Miles Bridges is another guy to mention today. He's been playing around 20 to 25 minutes a game. Had a 33 last game, so this guy has untapped potential. Possibly could go off for a game here and there. But I think Gordon Hayward is your best spot today. I think it's one of the better places to spend up for the price. Myself, power forward. First guy I'm going to mention is Sabonis. Sabonis is really priced high now. He's priced higher than Anthony Davis. I think I'm just going to fade him today myself. I think Anthony Davis is in a great spot today. He's been playing really, really good here lately. A 60, a 43, and a 56 past 3 games. Usage was 40% last game. That's really, really good. Another guy, Zion Williamson, I really, really like as well. $7,900 price. 44, 34, and a 42. It's rated about 40 fantasy points today as well. DeMar DeRozan, I kind of mentioned him with the small forward position. Lauri Markkanen is another guy who they're not going to have Carter. Gafford's been playing about 19 minutes a game, 20 minutes a game. He's not really getting the starter minutes, even though he is starting. Lauri Markkanen is playing the big-time minutes. I think he's the guy you go to for Chicago if you're going to pay down at a nice spot at 6,500. I think against Boston, they're not the greatest defensive team as far as bigs. So I like that spot for Lauri Markkanen today. Keep an eye on the injury news. Horford is questionable. He could be back today, so a guy like Roby could not be starting if he does start, that is a good place to play today for a cheaper salary at 4,600. Obviously projected for 46 fantasy points, or 26 fantasy points, so excuse me. Guy like Thaddeus Young, still really cheap. Could go that route today if you want to. Jason Tatum is expected to be back, but how many minutes does he play? We don't really know. I don't think you pay that price today. I think you just kind of wait and see approach, see what he's going to play. You could take a stab if you want to, if you're playing multiple lines. If he plays regular starter minutes, then maybe he gets there. Porzingis is another guy to mention that could get there for you today. Obviously, Blake Griffin's questionable today. We'll have to see if he plays. Just guys to kind of monitor. Other than that, nobody else to really mention. I guess you go with a guy like Draymond Green if you really want to. He's really underperformed the past 3 games, so I don't trust it. Even though he's at a great price, I really don't trust him right now. He's just not playing Draymond Green ball. Not sure what's going on there, but don't trust him. I think you just kind of fade him today. Projections are great for him. I just isn't playing very well for whatever reason. But that's it for small power forwards. Let's move on to centers. Let's talk about a guy who's just been fucking crazy good this year, as always. Jokic. One of those guys you just have to make a choice if you're going to pay up for today. 81% chance he can hit that salary 5x. Good God. I mean, that's just incredible. I think you could pay up for him today. I think if you can fit like a Jokic, a Hayward, and a Kyrie Irving in your lineup today, that might be a great way to go, kind of like a 3-headed monster. You don't have to pay up for Jokic today. You could go for Embiid. He had a great game against Detroit. He's been really, really consistent here lately. 65 at 58 at 59. I think he's a great place to go today. If you want to go down on some salary, Nikola V, we're just going to call him because I can't pronounce his fucking name, from Orlando, is in a great spot again today. Been really consistent as well. 52 of 48 and a 45. Another guy to target today against Brooklyn would be Bam Adebayo. He's been really, really good here lately, too. He put up a 63. This game is projected to be the highest slated points total today on the slate. So I do love Bam in this spot, and they'll depend on him heavy because they obviously don't have a lot of their guys. Usage will probably be higher. So I do expect a little bit more from Bam. Miles Turner's been really consistent here lately. I don't love the spot against Toronto. They are a little bit better on the defensive side. You could go with a guy like Jared Vanderbilt. If you wanted to, you can play him in the power forward position as well. He's put up a 37 last game. I think another way you can go to save some salary. I'm not going to play any Drummond today. I don't like the spot. The Lakers are really good defensively. Siakam is questionable today. We'll see if he plays. Right now he's got the green light, but we'll see. Wait and see news. Another guy, Cantor, has been really cheap. He's gone up in price a little bit, but I think that's another guy that could get you different today. Not really picking up crazy ownership, so I think that's a guy you can get different with today. Reed, Steven Adams, all these two guys are both obviously in great spots. You got a lot of different places you can go in center today, unlike a lot of other positions. Harrell's in a great spot today. Wiseman you could teeter with if you wanted to. He's actually been playing a lot better than Draymond Green right now. As far as getting cheap, I think you could take a dart throw with like a Cody Zeller. He is only 3,300. He is playing 15 minutes a game right now, but his minutes could go up today. Who knows? I mean, he's playing, but he put up a 21 in 15 minutes last game, or 14 minutes. So nice value if you can get that out of him. You can always go to Gafford if you want to. He's only playing about the same amount of minutes as Cody Zeller. I mean, a couple more minutes than Cody Zeller right now, but at that price of 3,100, if he goes out and puts you up a 20, he got you his salary. So, I mean, it's just kind of different ways you can go today. Looking to see. Chris Silva is obviously questionable. That's pretty much it, guys. I don't think Udonis Haslem has played a game in like 2 years. As funny as that is. But nonetheless, guys, that is the slate. I mean, that's the guys I like for today. Gordon Hayward, love Jokic, love Kyrie Irving. Don't mind Durant. Don't mind Curry today. Just some several different ways you can go today. But I think you stick to those guys to just project very well. You can get different in a lot of different ways on center today. If you want to pay down and spend up some other spots, you can. But pay attention to that injury news today. That'll defer if we have any more value open up today. I think a guy like Wayne Ellington can save you some salary today and give you some salary relief. He's not coming in at great ownership today, but I think that could save you some salary and get you in a nice spot today at 4,200. There are some value already opened up, so I think you just take a long look at this, see what opens up at closer to lock, see who's going to be out and who's going to be in. Kind of leave yourself that utility spot if we don't get the news you want before lock. Kind of allows you to move some pieces if you need to. But play smart, guys. Hope you all win lots of money today, dude. I always hope that for all you guys, as well as myself. We're gonna get there, man. And DFS is hard, but doing things like this and analyzing where people are in good spots, salary, etc., all goes into focus when you're building your DFS lineups. Remember, you can try Draft Dashboard for 30 days for only just $1. I'll post that in the link in the description of the video, as well as my Twitter. I usually post injury news, lineups, etc. on there. Pivots away from different guys if I mentioned them in the video earlier from the day. Just pay attention to that and Twitter news. If you guys aren't following me over there, please do so. And you guys can follow like NBA Labs yourself. That gives you injury news, and that kind of keeps you up to date with who's in and who's out, lineups, etc. as well. Doesn't cost anything. You just follow them, and they just whenever they post something or you need to go check it out, you can go straight to their page, and it'll give you the info you need as well. Nonetheless, guys, I appreciate all you guys watching the videos. We'll see you soon for another one. Take care, guys, and we'll see you soon. Goodbye.